Good morning. Welcome. It's Saturday morning, April 11th. I don't know if you've tuned into yesterday's Good Friday service at 1 o'clock. It's still posted on the Facebook page and also on the website. And then tomorrow morning at 7 a.m., Brent will post the Easter morning service as well. I assure you this morning I won't have Yoda as my notification going off in the middle of my message. It was a little strange even for me yesterday, but continue on. This morning's message is from Listening to Your Life. It's a devotional book by Frederick Buechner, and this one is a day late, but it's Good Friday. I thought it might be good today. God so loved the world, John writes, that he gave his only Son, that whoever believes in him should not perish but have eternal life. That is to say, God so loved the world that he gave his only Son, even to this obscene horror. So loved the world that in some ultimately indescribable way, and at some ultimately immeasurable cost, he gave the world himself. Out of this terrible death, John says, came eternal life, not just in the sense of resurrection to life after death, but in the sense of life so precious, even this side of death, that to live it is to stand with one foot already in eternity. To participate in the sacrificial life and death of Jesus Christ is to live already in his kingdom. This is the essence of the Christian message, the heart of the good news, and it is why the cross has become the chief Christian symbol, a cross of all things, a guillotine, a gallows, but the cross at the same time is the crossroads of eternity and time, as the place where such a mighty heart was broken that the healing power of God could flow through it into a sick and broken world. It was for this reason that of all possible words they could have used to describe the day of his death, the word they settled on was good. Good Friday. Thinking of the Old Testament writer that talked about writing the words of God on our hearts. And the Jewish scholars would talk about the words written on our hearts. And the way to get to the words on our hearts was to have our hearts broken so that the words could seep in. And sometimes when we're in pain, when we're suffering, our heart is broken. The words and the comfort and presence of Christ flows through into us, giving us what we need at the time. I often think of what it would be like when this pandemic is over with, and how life will be different and how it will be new, and what relationships will be like. Will we be closer to each other? Our hearts have been broken in many different ways throughout this. And how is God seeping into our hearts now? And how is God filling us now? How is the presence of God present in the world and even with us? I don't believe that this is God's Armageddon, that he's destroying the world little by little, and this is one of those ways of doing it. I believe that Christ is active through all of us and giving us life and giving us newness. Have a blessed day, and we'll touch base again tomorrow.